growing percentage of customers are concerned about factors related to the manufacturing process, such as sustainable materials and fair working conditions for staff and suppliers. For certain groups of customers, product quality is more than just about the performance of the product. Product quality also includes a sustainable production chain. The ethical manager wants to do what is right, fair, and just. Sustainability, as outlined in the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, provides the answer to what is right, fair, and just. There is a general understanding of sustainability being exactly right, fair, and just. Sustainability, however, is a complex phenomenon, including both ecological, social, and economic sustainability. So where to start and what to do? We can start by reflecting on three key personal principles, namely holding up a mirror to our own beliefs, acting according to our own personal moral values, and performing active leadership. We can hold up a mirror to our own self-beliefs by asking ourselves a series of questions, such as, what are our inner beliefs? What do we think is right, fair, and just? How do our beliefs translate into certain principles of life that we refuse to betray? And how do these principles affect the way we run our businesses? Reflecting over these questions will reveal your personal moral values. Most managers would agree that their actions and decisions are guided by a set of personal moral values that they stand for and attempt to live by in everyday life and at work. The translation of internal moral values into external behaviours and decision-making makes the values ethical. But it is not enough to be an ethical person to perform ethical leadership. You also need to manage the embedding of ethical values in your business. In terms of the third personal principle, of performing active leadership, most managers tend to believe that being an ethical person doing management automatically shapes the business into an ethical business. But an ethical business requires management interventions, such as developing and embedding a set of ethical practices for the business, along with acting as a living example of these values. We can understand how these three personal principles shape the development of a business by reflecting on the case of Jens, who is the owner-manager of an electrician business of around 20 employees. Becoming the father of his own children motivated him to work for a better environment, so he started looking for ways to capture and recycle all waste and excess materials produced by the business both on the workshop premises and during service tasks for customers and clients. It quickly grew into a meticulous sorting of all business waste to a degree far beyond the public waste recycling system. All business vans are installed with a set of sorting baskets, and employees are instructed to clean up after each step of the work process to keep waste materials separate. The materials are resold or given away to the local football club for further disposal. To date, this effort is far from profitable. Some of the workers find Jens' ideas a little funny and somewhat time-consuming, but Jens continues his pursuit with a smile and a quiet talk with the staff about his priorities. After all, it is about slight modifications of habits. So what can we learn from the experiences of Jens? First, it shows that the protection of the environment is one of Jens' key values. Second, he acts according to this value by sorting waste for recycling, and he makes a decision to shape business practices according to this value. Finally, he carries out his decisions by fitting the vans with waste sorting equipment and communicating with his staff about his values. Ethical leadership can be based on moral values and actions of the manager, along with the ability to manage the embedding of business values in business practices and products. You can make a starting point in your own moral values to create a set of business values to guide staff and to assist your decision making. The development of sustainable business values must include employees to create ownership and durability.